Greetings, YouTube. It's Matt from the Great Arcade. We're back doing a lot of contracts, pulling our hair, trying to find collectibles. We've got 3 left on this map. They're out there, somewhere out there, beneath the pale moonlight. The question is where. We have looked and looked and looked, and then we looked. And you know what we did after that? We looked some more. And then we looked. I don't know. Unless they're like out in the middle of the woods, or we did find one. Well, Fuzzy found one that was kind of melted into the wall of the animal dealer over there. So that's got me kind of worried. I actually went and looked for a map to see if anybody had posted a map for it yet. I didn't find one as of yet. AI says they're found near the central town, farm clusters, and production points. What is a farm cluster? Would that be like our homestead? Because I looked over here and I didn't see any. Oh, I heard Sassy. Where's Sassy? Sassy! There she is. Hey, girl. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? You a good girl? Come here. I'm gonna pet you. Yeah, that's a good girl. Ooh, that was nasty. There were sheds out here. Unless there were some out here that I just didn't see or something. The house was over here. You'd think you would see it sticking up out of these bushes, though, if it was out here somewhere. The cow paddock was right in there, but there was nothing around that. Gonna say this little... I don't know if that's a mailbox or what, but that's not one. Farm clusters. I haven't really looked in these woods. Let me go down to the biogas plant. Could be a road down here now. I don't think it would just be out in the middle of nowhere, though. Oh, there's one more done. Let me go manage the AI, guys. Alright. This is down here. That's a cultivating one. Let's see. These are the actives. Can collect that plowing. Then actually, let me go get the plowing guy. So I can move him down to this field. Pretty sure I'm plowing this one. Yep. And then the next cultivating one. 64. Way up north. I'm going to go back over to the east side. We're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe farm field on the side. I'm moving on up to the east side. I'm glad we don't spread all of that lime. Trying to find collectibles on this Texas map. Moved on down here and had to take a change of my hat. Now it's up to Mr. Fuzzy. He's our only hope. If we don't find all the collectibles today, I don't know how I'm gonna cope. We're moving on up to the east side. That's a t-shirt we need. Fuzzy, go find the rest of the collectibles. He's probably out there looking for them right now. I just don't know. I don't know where they could be. If we find them, if we find them, and they're like inside like a prefabricated wall or something like that, I kind of have a feeling that's what the case is. If that one was kind of halfway in one. Alright, where have you looked and where are you currently looking? Where have you started like your detailed search? I need fuel. I'm about to do like a highly detailed like LiDAR scan of everything. Every block. Back down by the main productions. That's all I'm gonna put in there because I don't know when. I can always come back and get more. I need to go over there. Make a left, make a left, make a left. Alright, plowing there, plowing there. Can't seed there yet. Cultivating up here. I think he'll be the next one being done. Cultivating down there. Alright, so I'm going into RoboCop / Terminator / Cyborg / Danger Will Robinson robot Transformer Bionic Man mode. So Fuzzy, I tell you what, I'm gonna start over there at the sawmill. I'm gonna go on the west side. You're over here in town somewhere, right? So I'm gonna start back over here at the sawmill. And I'm just gonna look around with my special vision. See if I see anything. Alright, so this may be freaky to some. That's a pallet of wood chips. That, I don't know what that is. It's a red box. Those are pallets of wood chips right there. I don't know why there's yellow boxes on the outside of that building. You can't go in that building, right? Definitely got a yellow box around it. Got some big yellow boxes in it too. That means there's a trigger there. Maybe it's just the triggers for the fill point for the wood chip pellet. I can see the outside trigger on this one, so that's probably what that is. Probably just they're all clustered together. You got the drone out as well. Cool beans. I am looking all around the sawmill. We're looking for a little yellow box. I don't know what that red box is. That's kind of interesting that it's there. Okay, the sawmill is clear. That's where you rent the train. So the sawmill is clear. I'm gonna run over to the biogas. Okay, here's the biogas. Got the trigger there. Got the silo triggers there. There's a fill point, there's a dump point, there's another dump point. I'm looking high and I'm looking low. And I see niente. It will definitely be in a yellow box. So I'm gonna go to this big facility up here, whatever this is, the train place up north. That's the truck. That's the train. Let me check both of these trains real quick, just to make sure it's not like hidden in a boxcar or something. If that thing was hidden in a boxcar, I'd be like, oh. That's a truck. I saw the yellow box. I was like, ooh. Nothing there. Yeah, this is the Tron edition of Farming Simulator. I'm really shocked that there's not one up here at this place. There's so many like spots that it could be in, but I've never found anything. Scan this building here. Ooh. Nothing. Everything from here that way is clean. These are fill points there. I do see a box in there. Are you kidding me? I think I found one. Yep, I found one. I don't know how I missed this, but it's right there. In this old under construction terminal of this thing up here. Alright. Those are worth, what, 10,000 each? Yeah. And then there might be a bonus when we find them all. So we got 2 left. But that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a little yellow box. I knew there had to be one up here. This place is so big. I knew there just had to be one up here. Alright, I'm gonna run over to the shop now, Fuzzy. See if there's anything over there. There's our pellets. Can you go in the shop? Showing that it has a trigger. Oh wait, maybe that's just a sell trigger. Oh wait, there is one at the shop. It's this chalkboard on the side. See, they hide these in plain sight. It's this chalkboard. It's right here. It's just right on the side of the shop, right behind the dealer room. Okay, one more. There's one more, Fuzzy. We got one more. We'll find it. We're gonna find this thing today. Check this other building real quick. If it's behind the truck. Well, these other two I walked by multiple times. Because I looked at the shop and I looked up there at that train depot place up there and I never saw it. If it had been a snake, it would have bitten me. Alright, so the shop is clear. There's no more at the shop. I'm going to run over to the oil mill real quick. Because I can't believe there's not any over there either. So these are triggers for just the door, I guess. I'm guessing once you maybe probably on that, you can open and close the gate. Or maybe you can do it right now. Nope. Probably got to own it first. What is this? Is this a door? Yeah, it's a gate. I'm guessing when you got to own it first, probably, to be able to open the gates. That is a buy trigger for the production. Alright, I'm not seeing anything at the oil mill, so the oil mill is clear. I'm going to go back down to the grain mill down south. Found 3 or 4 down there. This is the fuel trigger. Okay, I'm not seeing anything down here. Alright, Fuzzy. Santa Claus is coming to town. Another weird box. Another weird red box. I don't know what. Maybe it's ground markings or something. Yep, all I want from Santa is that last collectible. We spent all day looking for this thing. Okay, that's some kind of dump point. That is the production trigger there where you buy it. Nothing here. There's the bakery. That's the production trigger where you buy it. So whatever that place is over there, that place is clear. That's a dump point for the bakery. The bakery is clear. I'm checking out the lumber company now. That is, I'm guessing, the trigger there to sell stuff there. There's the where you buy the lumber company. Alright, lumber company's clear. I'm gonna go through these houses again here. That's a gate. Southern house is clear. Another gate. Middle house is clear. Northern house is clear. I already checked the lumber company. I'm going to check the Elm Creek grain mill. There's Walter. This thing is sitting out in the middle of the woods somewhere. Do a complete scan. Alright, the Elm Creek grain mill is clear. Unless it's way up there and I just missed it. Let me put my drone in the air. Nope, it's not up there. So there's nothing up on top of this Elm Creek grain mill. Nope. Alright, it's clear. I am moving on down to the dairy. And the farmer's market. I'll try to kill two birds with one stone here. If I can get out. I have to go around the building. Hit the farmer's market real quick. Okay, nothing in the farmer's market. Farmer's market is clear. Hit the warehouse real quick here. That's the buy trigger. Here's the dump trigger. Okay, the warehouse is clear. Let me check the main dairy building. There's a dump point trigger. Oh, we got a lot of boxes over here. These are, I believe, fill points or dump points for the dairy. Let me look in here real quick, get a closer look. Yeah. This is all dairy stuff right here. It's out there somewhere. I'm gonna go take a look at the gas station. The gate trigger. Another gate trigger. Nothing on top. Let me go check out the gas station real quick. So the dairy, all of the dairy is clear. And the gas station. Gas station is clear. So I'm heading back up to the animal dealer. So the animals are going to show up as little mobile boxes. And that's Kate. The cows show up as little mobile boxes. That's the manure trigger. Okay, it's not in the poop pool. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and say it is not at the animal dealer. Where else is there? It's gotta be out there somewhere. Cleared the shop. There's one collectible. Missing. Couldn't it be one that pops up only certain times of the year? Well, we've seen the snowmen. There's snowmen up on the Elm Creek grain mill right now, and they're not showing up as collectible boxes. Unless it's like a pumpkin or a basket of eggs or something like that. Those are not really collectibles, though. Those are really... Let me check around the homestead. Should be seeing this thing if it was around here somewhere. It's our tractor. Got a lot of stuff around the homestead, so let's see. What's out here? That's sassy. I was like, there's a yellow box. There's her doghouse. There's the trigger for the harbor store silo. Okay, it is not at the homestead. Fuzzy, you having any luck with your drone flight? I'm gonna fly the river. So there's a bridge there. There's nothing around it. Nothing up here. So the north end of the river is clear. So we started right in here. Farm clusters. I would think that would just be like the farm over there, because there's no other actual like farm areas. Okay, it's nowhere around the bridge there. I checked the biogas. There's nothing there. Believe me, all the places that I've checked now, I would have seen it. It would stick out like a sore thumb. It'd be a bright yellow box. And that is where you rent the train, so that's not one of them. And there's no other bright yellow boxes around this area. It'll be really hard scanning through the woods, but I'll do it. Let me scan the train track. Probably has some triggers for renting a train, but there's a yellow box in front of the dolly at the homestead. It's probably a weight. I've flown too far. Oh, there is a yellow box there. That is not a weight. John Sinclair, you might have been onto something. Because this is the only yellow box that I have seen. What would be seasonal that pops up right there? All right, we're gonna test this theory. Let me get rid of all my stuff so I can see if it is a collectible. We can see how much we get. All right. Yep, that was it. Whatever it was. So we got another 10,000 off of that. So whatever that was, I don't know, I guess I could load up another save of the map and see what that was that sits there. There was nothing there when the sheds were there. What would that have been? There was a lean-to shed there and a lean-to shed over here. I sold both sheds. Oh, you know what? There was a bucket there. I didn't even think about it being a collectible. So there was a bucket there that I just thought was like decoration. That's what it was. All right, we're done with the collectibles now. Oh, let me rest my eyeballs. Oh. All right. So this cultivator's about done. Where's he going next? Yeah, that's what it was. That's what I hid. I really thought it was just, you know, because there's a lot of stuff when you go into the build menu. You can put a lot of placeables in, a lot of junk, the rocking chair, you know, all that stuff. So, all right, need to move him over there. As soon as he gets done, and he's just about done. Whew, I need a drink. That is a Dr. Pepper Zero, gang. Some of you probably thought otherwise. Kind of need a snack, too. Now that you're looking around your room, all you can see is wireframes. We would have never found that, though. You would have never found that had we not gone into that. We almost didn't. I guess I need to pay more attention to what I hide in the future. Make sure it's not a collectible. Well, so to be fair, I hid that before I even recorded the first episode because I thought it was just a decoration. There's a lot of decorations in there. So if you go into this right here, and you go into, see, there's others, there's decorations, there's all kinds of junk in here. There's the chair, there's a bench. That's why I was checking the benches to make sure none of the benches were collectibles. The trash cans. If it doesn't, that's kind of the tell-all is that wireframe mode. So even some of this stuff, this stuff was in the shed. These are just decorations. So I guarantee you there's a bucket in here too somewhere. Yep, see there's a flower pot. I may have already passed one. Got some Christmas decorations. Yeah, that looks like a bucket right there. Alright. Good morning, Marcus. Great chill stream as always. Thank you. We go for chill. Alright, he's done. Alright, so let me go get him started on this other field over here. And now that I know there's a bridge over there, I'm just going to go take that little bridge. Be a lot quicker. Don't have to get out on the main highway. All I need is a pizza now. I've got some pizza in there. Oh, it's on standby for lunch. All I gotta do is load it in the microwave. Put me a little dollops of ranch on the plate because it is a stuffed crust pizza, and I dip my stuffed crust in the ranch. I'll do marinara sauce too sometimes, maybe barbecue if it's a barbecue pizza, but mainly ranch, just some light ranch. The marinara sauce, the thing with the marinara sauce is, it expires so quick. Like, you can only buy marinara sauce in like a huge jar, right? There's no way I can eat that huge jar of marinara sauce within a week or two's time. And it expires, I think, what do we say, within 13 days or something like that? It's really quick. It's either 7 days or 13 days, 14 days, something like that. The ranch doesn't. Ranch is alright. My mouth's watering now. I want my pizza with the ranch. We didn't get an extra bonus after finding that last one either. I noticed that. Sometimes when you find the last collectible, you get, if you get $10,000 for each, maybe you'll get like a $100,000 bonus or something like that. We didn't get one. And it may be that way with those collectibles. Still foggy. Almost 11 a.m. in the morning and it's still foggy down by the river. What's that? Y'all see that? There. What's that? Is that you, Fuzzy? Whoa. There might be a gator in that water. Yeah, the extra bonus was we didn't have to look for any more. Yeah. That's weird. It's showing up like as a white spot back here, but it's... What are you? I don't know, that's very bizarre. Like the swamp thing or Jason or... Yeah, look, there's more than one. There's several. An army of swamp things. Where's the bridge? I know I saw blah blah blah. I know I saw a bridge here somewhere. Yeah, there's one right next to the bank. This is just like, what is it called? Like rip currents in the river? Where am I going? Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Think I'm going here. Yep. Alright, we got somebody else out there about to be done as well. I'll get this guy rolling. I'll say this guy, you know, he's got a pretty big gas tank at least, because I have not had to fuel this guy up once. The New Holland, I've had to fuel him up already once. Didn't fill him up all the way, but I think I put about, it was over 3/4 of a tank. And he's already down to almost half a tank. It's probably one of the plows. Yeah, probably that one right there. Definitely not that one. It's probably this one. I think this one's done. I think the other one's about done. Wait, was he done? Nope, he was about done. So he's the about done. Okay. Never mind, I'll hire you back out. So the other one is the other one. He's at 84%. Yep. So then plowing that field, and then we're cultivating the last 2 fields. So when we finish cultivating these last 2 fields, what I may do is accept these, unless there's some new ones that we just absolutely cannot refuse. Those are some good ones that pay good. 69, 49, 42. I might hang on to these guys just a little longer. Yeah, let me accept that one. And then that one. Wait, that's the active. Never mind. Where is that? Where's that one? 54. I'll do that one. And why not? We'll do the 49 and 42. We do not see contracts all year round. And the cultivating and plowing contracts, fertilizing contracts, those are our purview. Those are the ones we like to do. So let me go ahead and take that. And that. Got some decent plowing ones. That ain't bad. That's actually right next door to where we're cultivating. 44 grand. I'll accept that. There's a 36 grander. That's right above the one we just took, so I'll take that. You gotta give 110%, Bobby. Nah. Where's that? That's just east of the shop. 20 grand? Yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. That last one there is 13 grand, so I'm just not... Oh, I hit the button. Hang on, let me just keep hitting it. 59 grand, I can't pass that. That's a good pay. That's a good paying job right there. It's hard work, but it's honest work. What's the saying? It may be hard work, but at least it's honest work. Okay, I'm gonna stop hitting the button now. I may come back and hit it later. All right. So we got 232. What is our loan at? We're at 3. No, we're at 500. And we only have 232. I'm going to take that down to 400. And that leaves us with 137. But we only have 400,000 in loan. This guy's done, so I'll move him over to the next plowing field. Which was... Gotta go and look now, I can't remember. It's the one right next to where we're at. And then we'll move across the river to the field just adjacent to that. It's nice having those contracts like right next to each other. Got 3 in a row right there. The kids will have a good Christmas this year, thanks to our local farmers giving us all this work to do. What does Luke Bryan say? It's harvest time in this little town. Gotta bring the loads in, pay the loans down. Pretty much what we're doing. We still got silage we want to sell and wood chips we want to sell. Gonna wait for silage to get over 220 though. I know it'll get there. Alright, that's the field we're cultivating, so this is the one we need to plow, right? Yep. Alright, so I should be able to collect the plowing contract. Another 53 grand right there. Again, we'll hold off on completing the cultivating contracts. We're going to have a lot of money after we do those. We should be able to... I'm thinking once we get done with all of these contracts that we've got out there pending and collect the ones that we've already done. We got some big hitters there. 94, 88, 62, 65. And then we do a lot of these in here. It adds up. So I think we'll be able to probably pay that loan back by the time we get done doing all these. So this is the plow about done. I'll move him. Where's he actually at? Oh, he's in that field down there. What do we got down south? We got any more down there? Is that down south? That is down south. That's cultivating though. Those are the cultivating. Okay, so I got out of the plowing thing. Yeah, I may hit that small one and then go up there and hit that one up there if the other guy's not quite done yet. Should I hit the button? Okay, no new contracts. What's on sale? I haven't even looked at sales. Nothing great. Gonna be a light Christmas for as far as farm equipment goes. I can't really complain though. We bought a 6M first. We bought a 6R, a 250 6R. We bought a 7R. We bought the 8R high horsepower. We bought a truck that was on sale. Yes, this is PC. We bought a log trailer. We bought semi-trailer. We've got 2 plows. We've got 2 cultivators. Can't use the cultivators right now because the only 2 tractors that'll pull them are on the plows right now. We'll get some more tractors though. Don't worry about that. We'll buy more tractors in the future. We'll be able to run two at a time. Fill that void. And then get into January and start selling. So breaking news. Well, I don't know if it's really breaking news. Sam Neill, you know, Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. He passed away recently. He had one more film that he actually finished his role for that film before he passed away. He was filming the Legend of Zelda film. So that will be his last film to come out. It's not. I guess it's probably still in probably post production, where they're putting the final CGI, stuff like that, but yeah, he filmed that role before he died. So you guys can go see Dr. Alan Grant one more time in The Legend of Zelda whenever it comes out. I don't know when it's slated to come out. If I had to guess, probably next year. Huh. Well, I may have to cancel this one. This is the right field. Yep, I'm at the right field. And this is for plowing. Let me try to go to another corner. It is not finding the field. I bet it won't let me do it either. It's not a big paying one, so I'll just move on up to the next one. Guess I'll have to cancel that one. Alright, let's see where I'm going next. That one right there. It's the one right by the river. Assuming that I can do that one. Yeah, lets me do that one. Alright, let me go cancel that other one. That one right there. And he's still cultivating on that one. This guy over here, the New Holland, he's about done. So next he will go to 49, 64, 55, 69. I'm going to take him over to that one. Wherever that's at. Field 30. Oh, it's right next door. That was easy. And convenient. Good morning, Coke Soda Guy. Doing good. Just doing a lot of contracts right now. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go in and probably pay back some more on that loan. Where are you, Cal? Where are you, Cal? Translate. Let's see, we got 267. I think we're okay to pay back another 200. Or maybe just get us down to 250. That'll work for me for now. Where is UCal at? I hear it went missing. No. We moved. We moved from Minnesota to Texas. If you're talking about those cows that we had in Minnesota. We're in Texas now. We don't have any cows yet. I think we're going to focus on beef cattle this next time. Just getting started out. Just about done with this contract too, so I'll move him north of here. Yeah, we'll probably break for the day, probably around lunchtime, so might be on for another a little bit. No, won't be streaming tomorrow night. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, make sure you do that. YouTube.com/thegrainarcade. We'll post these videos from this stream up over there this week, and we'll probably have some YouTube exclusive videos over there. So make sure you subscribe over there. Make sure you follow John too. John will be streaming tomorrow night. Twitch.tv/PumaPlow. If you haven't already. Oh, he banned you for some reason? Maybe it's because you go in and spam people's chat. You're saying a lot of things that you can say in one statement, so that might be why. You can still watch him though. You just can't comment in his chat. So you should still be able to go over and watch him when he goes live. Oh, they can't watch anymore. Okay. Yeah, well, give you some advice there, Coke Soda guy. Don't do that. Don't kind of spam the chat. When you type in short stuff like that and just hit enter, that's probably why you got banned. So don't do that. right, y'all. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. We got a lot done. We sold some lumber from the sawmill. We're doing a ton of contracts, so we should have our loan paid off very, very, very soon. And hopefully we'll have enough money to get us through the winter, and when we get to winter, sell some wood chips, sell some maybe some silage if the price gets up there, and we'll get into spring planting mode and get ready for spring. Maybe we'll be able to afford some fields by then too. Be nice. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna grab me some pizza, more orange soda, more Dr. Pepper, and you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, the rest of your weekend. Have a great week this week. And always remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.